So, hello everyone, this is the Moto Nerd, and I'm back on my way to the office. Today is, I think, the 19th of January, Monday. So, happy Monday for all of those who are heading back to office after your weekends. I just went for like one day last week, so I couldn't record another video. Last week we had elections in Mumbai, the BMC elections. It's the richest local body in the entire country. I mean, they usually have like budgets of 72,000 crores, which is mind-boggling. And when you look at the road conditions and all the other things that are happening in the city, makes you wonder where all of that money is going. Anyways, I just wanted to thank all the volunteers who were there for that election on that day. They did a lot of work. They were helping out folks to to send them to the proper polling booths, and they were also making the entire process smooth. So yeah, I just wanted to take a moment and thank them for all the work that they did. And even for me it was like almost smooth, like there was not much rush. I went in the afternoon to put my vote and I was able to do it easily, and it was a bit nostalgic as well for me because the polling station for me was my school that I went to. So I grew up in a state board school in Mumbai, and now it's an international school, but back then it was a state board school. So I did my schooling till 10th grade in that school, and I went there, I guess, after so many years. Yeah, I'm an old guy right now, so yeah, it's been like more than 10 years, 10 or 15 years, I don't know like how long it's been. Yeah, I didn't get to roam around much for obvious reasons. It's like election time, but yeah, just got to visit it. So there have been some issues that some folks faced during this election, and I just wanted to call those out, and maybe whoever is like watching this video, if they have the power to, or if there is some channel through which we can share a feedback to the government, maybe I think we should be doing that, and there should be some provision to do that as well. I don't think we have that right now. So the very first thing, oh my god, that was close call. These auto drivers, they just take a turn and then they look in their rear view mirrors. Yeah, coming back to the topic in hand. So the very first point that I wanted to call out is the problem that a lot of folks did not know where to go for their voting. I mean, usually we used to get slips earlier. They used to be we used to get them at home, whatever our like permanent address is, and we used to know like where to go. And even the website that the government has, where you can actually put in your epic number or maybe your name and see where your polling booth is going to be. That was also down on the day of the elections. It was up 2 days prior to that. That is when I just randomly checked, and good thing I did because I wouldn't know where my polling station was. So yeah, that is one thing the government needs to work on. I mean, the website needs to be up, or something should be there to let people know where they need to go to vote. There were a few families who were struggling to find where their polling booth was, and there were also some instances where their names were not even in the list. Now, how did that happen? Like, I mean, if they have been voting for a while and suddenly their name is not there on the list, that what happened there? Like, why was there a genuine reason behind it? I don't know, but that was some of the issues that people faced. So that is like point number one. the government should have some portal or something up, like you should be able to handle all the load as well on the day of the election. That's like the main day where people would be checking where they have to go, and they were not able to, right? So yeah, I mean, the volunteers were helping as much as possible. There were volunteers outside every polling booth station, so the families used to go there and check where they have to go, like which booth to go and all. So that is when they were getting to know, yeah, I mean, this is where I have to vote, or maybe I have to go to some other place. So that's not how it should be. The second point that I wanted to talk about is this is just a suggestion. Maybe the government can start a system where every person gets an SMS with all the details, like they are the timing at which the polling station will be up, where they need to go, the location and everything. Because anyways, our phone numbers, they like link it to everything on this planet, and so use that provision to at least send out an SMS to all the folks, like maybe a few days prior and on the day of the election as well. That would serve as a reminder, and people would know that, yeah, I mean, this is where I have to go, and that would help a lot. But I don't see that happening. So maybe, I don't know if there's a system in place which can accommodate this suggestion, but I think it's very much possible. We keep getting so many SMSs from everywhere. Most of them are like useless. This would be of real use for everyone. So yeah, that was point number 2. And there's point number 3 and 4 as well, which I wanted to talk about. So these are around the candidates that are standing up for the elections. I know we had some portal in place where for the main elections, the central elections that we had, central government elections that we had last year, I guess, there was a list of candidates for each region and but yeah, I mean, we don't we should actually add one more, say, section where they show the promises that they are making, the promises and the ledger that they have, right, for the city. Okay, that would help people make a decision on like who to vote for, who is in line with what they want from the city and all those things. So maybe a portal that helps in that direction, a list of candidates with all the details around who is standing for which party, for what reason. I guess that would help a lot. So that's like point number 3 that I wanted to bring up. And I don't know if these things are already there or not, because I'm not aware of it. I mean, and if there is, then maybe it should be called out so that everyone knows about it. The point number 4 is to have whatever websites you have, please make it in a way that it is readable for everyone in the country. There are folks from like everywhere that are like living in Mumbai now, so that would help a lot, like to have like multi-language support on the websites. So yeah, those are the points that I wanted to talk about. I don't know if this will reach out to anyone on this planet, or if there's anyone who's watching who can actually do something, or let people know if there's a platform through which we can give our feedback as well to the government. Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to organize the elections at such a scale in like cities like Mumbai or in this country in general, because we have like too many people in this city or the country. So organizing and managing that, like how people do it, it's like beyond my understanding. Like, I mean, I have a hard time like managing few folks in the office. Like, I don't know how people do it on a global or a national scale. Yeah, I've been planning to go out on a ride for like such a long time, but I really don't have the energy to do that. Like, not like physical energy, like I'm not that tired, but mentally I'm really exhausted with all the things that are happening in life, especially work. Oh no, I hope okay, there is traffic. What the hell? When I started traveling on this road used to be empty, and after coming here, oh, Java. Oh my god. It's a good looking motorcycle. It must be like seriously very uncomfortable to ride that. Bobos are not made for comfort, especially in roads of Mumbai. I don't know how he's riding it. Man, this area smells like piss. The way I'm riding today, I don't know. Oh god. This was an obstacle ride. Oh god, there's a lot of traffic on the other side today. I don't know, like, what is your opinion on having traffic police folks managing the traffic on roads? Do they really help, or are they causing a lot more traffic? Maybe it helps on areas like our junctions where we don't have signals, but when we do, I think it's not helping that much. I think I'll have to time my rides from now on to see which route is better. I think anyways, time wise this route will be better because the distance is shorter and there will be traffic on the JVLR road as well. So okay, I'm almost in Hiranandani. I will be stopping my recording for now. I'll record on my way back. Hello everyone, I'm back and I'm on my way back home. Another short day at the office. Today is 19th of January, which is Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the US. So yeah, it's a bit relaxed because the client is out on leave. School times, and there's a lot of rush everywhere and dust as well. In my previous video I did mention that I got a challan for jumping a signal, but I don't see it up on the portal yet. I don't know what is the reason behind it, whether it got delayed because of the elections going on, or maybe she let me go. I hope I don't have to pay that fine. It's been a week now. I had that encounter last Monday. So if there's anyone out there who knows about all of these things, if anyone has received a challan a lot later, do let me know in the comments below. Why are people not taking the footpath? Man? There's a good footpath available here and people still want to walk on the roads. You need to have your third eye, fourth eye, all your eyes open on Mumbai roads. Car can literally, a car, vehicle, any kind of vehicle, it can come from anywhere. Traffic rules are not followed as such, especially on the inner roads where there's no one who is looking at you. The traffic, I'm talking about the traffic police. There's no one around, people are just doing anything they want. When you start recording in 4K, you need a lot of storage and like a good processor to edit and convert your videos as well. My phone heats up a lot nowadays when I edit videos in 4K. 180p is fine, but 4K is a bit heavy on the mobile that I'm using for editing. Oh man, how do people get this confidence to just ride like a maniac, especially on longer vehicles like that guy has? That's an EV. They use it for carrying a lot of packages and stuff. But yeah, I mean, the wheelbase is so long. I mean, it's almost like a mini car that got stretched out. Going to the office is very draining mentally. Again, like on my way back, I usually don't feel like talking much. I like to keep it short. This will be a short video, the one that I have recorded today. I'm still getting used to recording on camera. I mean, initially it was like very weird talking to the camera when there's no one around. Like it's like you're talking to yourself. Slowly you get used to it, but it does become awkward in social situations where there are folks around you. You do get a bit conscious about it because you're basically talking to no one in front of you. You're just not talking. You're not on a call with anyone or anything. You're just thinking loud. Maybe with time I'll get used to it. I do want to create some POV kind of videos where I record from the front, and maybe I'll need some holder that will grab onto the camera that I have, the DJI camera. Yeah, let me look into that. Maybe I'll find a clamp that can hold on to something. So I don't have a handlebar like a motorcycle does. And yeah, I mean, clamping it onto the rear view mirrors, I don't know whether that's a good thing to do. Let's see if there's something that can be done for it. Okay, that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.